The most engaging, impactful, informative, and entertaining talk show ever. Get ready to hear the voices of many local, state, and national artists, musicians, comedians, pastors, athletes, and politicians. It's time for South Florida Live with Jeffrey Brown. The most engaging, impactful, informative, and entertaining talk show ever. Get ready to hear the voices of many local, state, and national artists, musicians, comedians, pastors, athletes, and politicians. It's time for South Florida Live with Jeffrey Brown.
All right. Put your hands together. Hey, welcome everyone. Come on in. This is South Florida Live Podcast. I'm your host, Jeffrey Brown. And as we always say, this is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. So come on, y'all. In honor of one of our legendaries, one of the great iconic songwriter, musician, singer, performer, producer, the one and only Frankie Beverly. We want to honor him on today in his passing. So we're going to tribute him. We're going to do a little tribute, a little short tribute. Would you join in with me? After last night, we got to remember we are one. Come on. Facebook, help me out. Hey, those that are viewing by Facebook, come on, guys, go ahead and hit the like and share button. Would you share this podcast with someone? Tag a few people, if you will. Those that are viewing by YouTube, do the same, please. Like and share. Let somebody know that the South Florida Live Podcast is on. And we are starting out. We are doing a tribute for the one and only Frankie Beverly. See us through. That's the way it is. Yes, come on, Facebook. Help me out. Those that are viewing, I need to see you tagging someone. Good evening to everyone. Good evening to you. Good evening. I always say I was raised when someone said good evening to you, you're supposed to say good evening back. So good evening to you, Facebook. All my friends and family out there, help me out. I need to see some people tagging some folks. Let me see you tag at least 10 people. Let them know the South Florida Live Podcast is on, and we are building strong relationships with good relational goals. It's the singles edition. But right now, we're going to do a little tribute to the one and only Frankie Beverly. I know a lot of you came up on this music on Frankie Beverly and Maze. And listen, there was a few songs, man, when you heard it. Good evening, Miss Green. God bless you. Peace and blessings to you. You just know it was on. It was on. Like this one. Yeah. When you heard that, it was over. Come on. You know, when you heard that right there, it was over. Dance floor was crowded. You had to get out there. Come on. Somebody give a shout out to the one and only Frankie Beverly.
You made me happy. This you can bear. You stood right beside me. Yeah. And I won't forget.
Y'all know that's the one. If you needed to get anybody on the floor, you just this intro right here. Watch this. That'll do it every time. Come on. All right, those that are viewing, I'm loving it. Y'all see I got my white on. I'm honoring the brother. Yes, the one and only Frankie Beverly.
You made me happy. This you can bear. You stood right beside me. Yeah.
Come on.
And I won't forget.
Yeah. I know. Listen. That's what it was for you. Okay. I got you. I got you. I got you. We're going to go through it. We're going to go through it. And here's another one. Here's another one. You're right. You're right, Ms. Green. Here's another one. Here's another one. Oh, shucks now. Come on. You know. Go ahead. You know when you heard that. We are honoring, we are saluting, we are showing tribute to the one and only Frankie Beverly. We're just going to do it for a little bit. Frankie Beverly style, you know. Yes. Come on. Come on in, y'all. We're gonna talk a little bit. The singles initially gonna talk, but we got to have this tribute right quick for the one and only Frankie Beverly, songwriter, singer, performer, musician, y'all, producer, one of the best, Frankie Beverly. One of those voices that stands out among so many. Give it up, give it up, give it up, give it up. Yes. It's a little tribute to the one and only Frankie Beverly. We're just going to go just a few minutes more, but we're going to get started in a few. But can we show homage, show love to the one and only Frankie Beverly? Come on. Yeah, it's just a little tribute. Facebook family. It's Frankie Beverly, y'all. We just want to show some love to the man, the legend. Y'all rock with me. I know you feel that. I got another one for you. I got another one. I got another one. I got another one. Come on. Go with me now. Yeah. We just want to honor the man. Love it. All right. Hey, I got one more. I got another one for you. I got another for you. Hold on. I got another one for you. How about this one? How about this one? Yeah. That's another one, y'all. It's Frankie Beverly. It's just a moment. We want to have just a tribute. Yeah. The one and only. Y'all know nothing about that. Show me some love. Yeah. Hey, I need y'all to tag some people. Those that are coming on, come on, tag a few people. Let them know. Yeah, the South Florida Live podcast, we're doing a tribute right now to the one and only Frankie Beverly.
Listen, there's so much going on, it's crazy. Trouble all right. I tell you something, not gonna let it get me down. No.
All right, listen. Yeah, we love it.
Changes are the same.
It's just a little tribute to the one and only Frankie Beverly.
But we can really stand and play. No.
Tell us, Frankie.
I'm just happy to see you talk to me back and start again. All right.
I love it, Frankie Beverly. Tribute.
Talk to me back and start again. I'm gonna try to keep
All right.
it coming.
All right, listen, we gotta go. We gotta go. I know y'all feeling it. I know y'all feeling it, but we gotta go. One question. Where are my Southern girls at? Where are my Southern girls? Where are my Southern girls? Oh, yeah. My Southern girls, where are you? Facebook, YouTube. Come on, get with me. Just a little longer, just a little bit, just a little longer. I just want to honor this man. Listen, his music will never die. His music will never die. His music will live forever.
I wouldn't be right here. Oh, if you wasn't right there.
My Southern girls.
That you give me, I wanna take you everywhere.
All right, listen. I got another. I got another one. Southern girls. I got another one. Southern girls. My people. Southern girls. Listen to this. You too many games. Too many. Y'all hear it. That's the one and only Frankie Beverly and Mays. We are having a tribute for the one and only.
That sometimes get on each other. They can really be so mean.
Yes, we want to honor him, bro. One of the best.
When it keeps us
I like this break. Frankie Beverly.
For the sake of pride, it don't matter.
I gotta let him say it one time.
As long as you're satisfied.
Those that are viewing YouTube, Facebook, come on, y'all, join us on tonight. We just having a little celebration before we get into it. Just a little celebration. We are celebrating the one and only Frankie Beverly. It's all right, church folks. We can rock with it. All right. I got a couple more. I got two more, and then we're gonna go. I got two more. I got two more, and we're gonna go. Because we got to close it out with this. We got to close it out with this. I'm about to hurt somebody tonight. Ah. Yeah. It's a small tribute to the one and only Frankie Beverly. Singer, songwriter, performer, musician, producer. The one and only Frankie Beverly. Need you to sing it. Sing it one time.
Listen to the people sing.
Come on, Frankie.
I got myself to remind me of love. My mind, my heart, alright. I believe above these happy feelings, feel that happy feeling. I'll stop the fall from deep inside.
All right, we gotta go. We're gonna close it out. As Frankie would close it out, he would tell you this. 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 We want to thank you, Frankie Beverly, for all the music, all the years. You've blessed us. You've helped us to get over some of our downs and lift it up. So we thank you, sir.
I want to thank you, y'all. I want to thank you. I want to thank you, 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 thank you.
Facebook, YouTube,
thank you, yeah.
Frankie Beverly. Share with someone.
for giving me what I need, for giving me what I need. Yeah.
We honor the one and only.
Everybody's got something to be thankful for. I know, I know. Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Oh yeah, listen. I wonder what you got in your hand.
Come on.
Y'all wonder what you got in your hand. Some of y'all wonder what you got in your hand in the pocket.
We honor the one and only
Wonder what you
Frankie Beverly. So we say thank you, sir.
thank you.
All right, all right, all right. Hey, listen to the one and only Frankie Beverly. We just want to give you honor, sir. We thank you, Frankie Beverly, for all the music, all the love, all the joy that you brought us for so many years, so many years, so many years. It's tough when someone is just, I mean, he's just been that person, man, that with song after song after song, hit after hit after hit. We took him to our house, to our homes, to our parties, to our family reunions. Yeah, 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 to weddings, wherever. Frankie is gonna be there. He's gonna be there. Y'all listen. I was at um a dinner party and I had to use one of Frankie's songs for some of the speakers when they were talking a little bit too much. Because when you hit one of Frankie's songs, like when you hit that gets your attention, don't it? That gets your attention every time. Every time. So I use that and one of the speakers like, oh, I guess that's my cue that I got to stop. Yeah. They knew. They knew. Hey, listen, thank you guys. Thank you for joining me for that little tribute. Thank you for joining me for that tribute of the one and only Frankie Beverly. Man, we gonna miss him, but his music will live forever in our hearts, and music will live forever with us. And trust me, it's gonna always be there. That's one thing about his music, man. I don't care how, I mean, this stuff has been years and years and it still moves us today. So hey, Frankie Beverly, thank you, sir. Rest in peace. We love you, man, and God bless you. We're praying for his family, his kids, praying for them, keeping them lifted up in our prayers. um I got so caught up, y'all. I forgot to show pictures and stuff. I had pictures of the man, the one and only. Yeah, yeah. We're gonna miss you, Frankie. Frankie Beverly, yeah, passed away. Um, and we just wanted to honor him. We wanted to honor him. That's that white, always, always. I'm in my white, y'all, in honor. I'm in my white tonight. Yeah. Hey, listen, my sister's in the green room. We gonna bring her up. She was back there. I saw her jamming. She was bouncing. Hey man, listen, that
Yes.
all ages,
Timeless music.
all ages, man, all ages. Don't matter
Yes.
how old. My son, he grew up on that Frankie Beverly. I made him listen to it.
I know
So
that's right.
all ages, man. He plays that. He plays Frankie now to today. He's
Mhm.
30 years old. So yeah, all ages. He's touched all ages, man.
Yes.
Which one is your favorite?
Well,
Get up,
first I have to
get
shout.
up.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. First I have to shout out my cousin-in-law, who I affectionately call Pops, Mr. Greg Southwood Smith. He put me on to Frankie Beverly and Maze. The only song I knew before then was just Before I Let Go. But if I had to say my favorite song from him is I Can't Get Over You. I was waiting for you to put it in the rotation, but
Whoa.
yeah, that's one of my favorites amongst the other, timeless hits that he has. So rest in peace, Mr. Beverly. Yes, definitely a legend for sure. And like you said, his music would definitely live on. Timeless music.
Yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
So unfortunate, but yes. Hey.
Can't get over you. Hey, listen, we're gonna do this. Hey, if you got a favorite, those that are viewing, you got a favorite, put it in the comments. I'm gonna play it tonight. You got a favorite, put it in the comments. We gonna for a little while. We gonna talk tonight, y'all. We gonna talk. We got stuff to talk about. But we just, man, listen. They don't come around at all.
Mm-mm.
So if you watching, if you got a favorite Frankie Beverly made song, put it in the comment section. Put it in the comment chat. Those that are on YouTube, I can't see your comments. Those that are on Facebook, put your comment in.
Now I feel I can't get over you. And though I do my very best, I just can't find happiness. And girl, it's all because I can't get over you.
Yeah. We are still tripping. We are still
Yes.
celebrating, man. The one and only Frankie Beverly and Mays. Those that are viewing, those that come in, listen, you got a favorite Frankie Beverly song? Go ahead and put it in the comments. I'll play it tonight. I'll play it tonight.
Gonna love you by and
So that's you
by.
better sing. You better sing. So that's your
Not me.
that's one. That's one of your favorites. That's one of your favorites. That's one of your
That's
favorites.
one of my favorites. Yeah.
Wow, man,
Yeah.
listen, it's so many, it's so many,
Yeah.
it's so many, man. I couldn't play. Man, I've been all night. If I
Oh yeah,
play
for sure.
all his stuff, man, um, uh, I'll be here all night. I'll be all here, like, like.
Well, Ella, let's feel the feeling.
That's that feel that you're feeling.
Mm.
Come on,
Hey.
That's the dude.
I've got something I want to tell y'all.
All right, y'all. We can do this all night. We'll be doing this all night. We'll be doing this all night. We'll be doing this all night. But I did. I wanted to do a short tribute to him, man. One of the
Yeah.
greatest, like I said, singer, songwriter, producer, musician. A lot of people didn't know he was a musician. Back in the day, he played drums. He started out playing drums, and as a musician, man, this is where we was. I had to sneak as a young musician, like still living in my mama's house. I had to sneak out and listen to his music because my
Right.
dad wasn't having that.
Right.
They were Church of God Pentecostal. No, you
Touch.
ain't bringing that stuff in our house. That's the devil
Mm-mm.
music. So
Cut
I
that
had to
off.
go to my grandmother's house, and my aunt would allow me to listen
Mm-hmm.
to. She would let me listen to songs, and I would, yeah, it helped me in my musical career. So yeah, so we wanted to do that. We wanted to do that. We appreciate that. Hey, y'all, listen, you are locked in. Yeah, we've been having a Frankie Beverly moment, but you're still locked into to the South Florida Live podcast, and it's the singles edition. It's the singles edition. Hey, and we're gonna talk a little bit. We're gonna talk a little bit. Let me see. What last week, uh last week,
Social media.
yeah, we talked about social media. I know I got in trouble with some people, but I was not trying to call people out. I was not trying to make anybody nothing like that. Like
Not at all.
I kept saying the disclaimer that I'm just asking a question. A question.
Right.
I just wanted to know
The
why we post
understanding.
like we do. Yeah, why we do what we do, why we post as much as we do. That's
Right.
all I was asking. And we had some people, some folks that was real honest. They were straight up honest and expressed themselves and said some things. And like one young lady, forgot her last name, Taylor, I think it was. She like said that, you know, that basically that um she posts or she can reread her posts to encourage her to lift her up, to lift her up. I'm good with that. That if
Yes.
that's your purpose, that's your reason for posting. That's what's up. I'm good with that.
Right.
I'm good with that. So we dealt with some things. We dealt with spiritual unity. We're talking about you know, dating someone on the same level. If you're a Christian, not being
Yoke
unequally
is
yoked.
equally yoked.
Not yeah,
Yes.
not dating somebody that's not that's a non-believer because most of the
Right.
time that don't work out. Um,
Right.
and you know what? It's so funny that sometimes we'll get in that where we're a believer and we end up dating a non-believer, and a lot of times I've seen it happen a few times where the non-believer brought the brought made carried the believer over to their side instead of the other way around, where the believer witnessed and drew the non-believer to the believer side.
Mm. Well,
Um, is that could that be because because you're settling and you just like, okay, here's you dropping your standards? You do that?
yes. I think so. I think if you, especially if you're at a point in time where you're feeling anxious and you may cross path with someone and you may end up compromising, saying, okay, at first, initially, I think maybe you may feel like, oh, maybe I can be a light to this person. Maybe I can draw them unto to Christ and, pour into them. But I think sometimes that situation ends up going the opposite way. And, you might end up idolizing the relationship, the person,
Right.
and you might end up, yeah, following their beliefs as opposed to, draw them to your beliefs.
Yeah, because
So
as a
it's possible.
non-believer, yeah, because as a singer, a non-believer, a believing singer, a Christian singer, single, um,
Hmm.
we got to be patient. We can't just get desperate because
Right,
we're in search of that one. And that's
correct.
not just on the sister side, that's on the brother side too, because the brothers do it too. So that's
Right.
just not sisters falling into that. We got brothers that also falling into that too. So I just want to put that out there parenthetically. That it's
Yeah,
just not a sister thing; it's a brother thing.
right.
That we do it. So we
Absolutely.
got to be careful of that, and we're gonna walk.
Very careful.
Yeah, we're gonna do it God's way. We got to do it totally that way. I mean, we all have the struggle. We all it's just not something just so easy. Um, and I'm gonna
Right.
ask this is one of the questions I wanted to ask, and I'm gonna ask this to those that are viewing, those that are watching. Why? Why is it? Why is it, Chantel? Why is it viewers? Why is it listeners? Why do you think believers? Why do you think it's so difficult as a believer to walk and date the way God's way. Why do we why it seems to be different? We love the Lord.
Right.
We read his word, we go to church, we listen to the preacher, we rejoice, we come, we leave service happy, we get a word and go to Bible study, we get more word, and we still have. I know it's a human factor, but why is it such a pull when it comes to believers walking in standards, trying to walk holy, if you will? I'm gonna use the
Mhm.
holy word. walk holy,
Holy.
walk holy
Right.
and righteous in the eye of God doing while we're dating.
I would say, that's a very good question, by the way. I would say maybe, I think at some point we kind of get caught up in the world's way of dating, and I think maybe that could cause us to be sidetracked, or like maybe you could be in Christ and yet you're still growing, but you're still not quite like whole within yourself. So you find yourself looking for someone as far as like relationally, and I think maybe that could be part of the issue too. So you try to find like that attention, that validation from somebody, and I think that could end up making it a little harder because once you get into them and you stray away from God, you know, you kind of start to idolize the person in the relationship. I think that kind of gets you off track too. So I think all that in a nutshell can kind of make it a little harder as far as dating.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and I know it's the human factor
Mhm.
that we struggle with. We struggle with that human side.
Right.
But sometimes that human side causes us to enter a path where it causes us pain.
Right.
Uh,
True.
there ain't no joy. It's just pain. Um,
No, no,
in
no.
the midst of it, and
And I think another thing is that sometimes we end up wanting what we want, and God didn't confirm it. God didn't, for sure God didn't confirm it, or that's not who God sent to you. God's not going to bless nothing that he himself didn't give to you. So if
mm,
you find yourself with someone and you know for sure that God didn't send them, God's like, oh, you set yourself up, you go
yeah,
ahead, you go through with it.
right.
God gives us free will, but that's a decision that we have to make at the end of the day. And I think sometimes when we get in those situations and things don't work out, it's like, oh, well, God, where were you? And God's like, my love, I didn't tell you to to
Exactly.
end this thing.
Okay. I didn't tell you about that. I was trying to get you. I was pulling you the
Right.
other way.
Look,
You
I had the
decided
red
to cut me
flag,
off.
but you couldn't see it. I was
Yeah,
waving a red flag for you, but you was
yeah,
caught up in the that illusion, that imagination, and
right,
you got caught up in your feelings.
right.
So yeah,
As we often say, sometimes that you got caught up in that he's the one or she's the one. And
right.
now I'm at that point. I'm tired of, going through this. So
Yes.
I'm gonna just settle with this one, and
Right.
I'm gonna make this work. I'm gonna force it to
Right.
work. And
Right.
that doesn't always happen. That don't always be the income, the end all. I mean, at the end of the day, you find yourself in a bad situation. And then some stay in the situation because they're at a point where embarrassment
Mm-hmm. Right.
and I told you so.
Yeah. But
So
even so, even with that, it has to end at some point because either you're gonna get frustrated, or the other person's gonna get frustrated. Somebody's gonna end up, breaking apart. Like I mentioned, I think in the very beginning with the young man that I was talking to, and um, I was in the pursuit of relationship with him, but he told me right out that he was not ready for a committed relationship. He
mm,
still liked me, but he just wasn't ready for a committed relationship. And at that time, I don't know why it registered to me that I felt like I had to put myself out there to make him want me to pursue a relationship.
mhm.
And that did not end up well because, he ended up talking to someone else, and, they ended up in a relationship. And I'm just like, well, what about me? And at that point, once he said that he wasn't ready for a committed relationship, that was my sign to go.
Now, when they said that, when they said
Hmm.
they wasn't ready for a committed relationship, what was your
Right.
response to that? What I mean, was it like, oh, okay, or you was like, oh, why? Can we talk about this? Why are you not in a
No, it was more so like, oh, okay. And then
Mm,
I thought about it, and then I think maybe a day or two later, I just kind of started pursuing him, and it just went downhill from there. It was not good at all.
you started pursuing them. You s-
Right,
oh wow.
right, because
Oh
I
no.
felt like I had to convince him that I
That
was, yeah,
you're worth it.
a lesson learned. Yes,
You're worth that committed relationship.
right,
You're a good person. Yeah.
correct, correct,
Whereas when
right,
somebody speaks that of saying that,
hmm,
I don't want a committed relationship with you. So
hmm,
that's kind of like, yeah, that's a sure sign like it's not happening.
right,
It's not happening. So it's really no sense of wasting time. Why waste time? But some of us
right,
do that though. Some of us
yes,
will sit in a relationship and because they say, well, right now I'm not ready for a committed relationship. Or
right,
you've dated someone that have been married before and they straight out you started dating, you talking to them, whatever, and they make a comment that,
hmm,
I'm never getting married again.
mm,
So if you making that comment, but I want to get married, but you're
right,
saying you don't never want to get married again. Why are
right,
we talking? It's no sense to
that's
going
true,
further. I'm just
right,
saying, but sometimes we do. We'll still, hoping and wishing and praying that eventually they'll
right.
change their mind. If I just
They'll
showed them,
change their mind.
right, that I
Right.
just show them that I'm not that person, I'm better, or they'll be able to be with me. They can, whatever.
And I think
I'm
that's
different. I'm different.
right. That was my mindset. That's just what you just said there. I felt like I could change their mind. When he's ready, I'll be right there, willing and ready. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No,
I'm different.
that did not
You know?
pan out.
Right.
Right.
I'm different from the other one.
Everybody else.
I'm not right. And I'm gonna show you that I'm different, and you're gonna change your mind. But I, that don't that don't I don't think that's gonna happen. That's not a good place to put yourself in.
That is not wise at all. Let me tell you
No.
now, that is
Yeah.
not wise.
Yeah. But we do
No.
though. But we do. We fall into it, and for whatever reason it might be. If someone's on here that's live now and they would be honest with themselves, they've done it, and for whatever reason we do it, it's not a good thing. Because if they show you what they say, if someone show you who they are, believe it.
Believe them.
So
Hello.
I'm not saying they're a bad person, but if they're already, and that's a part of communication, right? That's
Right.
communication. They're already telling you, giving you the heads up. I don't want to get married anymore, or I'm not ready for a committed relationship. So that means
Right.
you how long you want us to date before you get ready for a committed.
Hmm.
Yeah. So yeah, that stuff like that, you gotta be aware of that. Character. I
Definitely.
mean, we talked about character. We talk about, people character, solid character. Once again,
Yes.
people show you who they are. And once you find out who they are, why is it that we feel we can change people? And most of ladies, don't throw your shoes at me. But a lot of times, sisters, you have that. I know you've been born with that nurturing spirit as a
I think
woman.
that's what it is. I
And
think
and
that's what it
and
is.
and a lot of times you just feel like, why is it that ladies, you feel like you can change people, or I'm gonna change his way up. He'll change, and she's showing you, fellas, or he's showing you, sisters, that this is who I am. Take it or leave it.
Mm, right.
Why? Why?
I
Why?
think
What?
I think it has, like you said, I think it's part of the nurturing side of us. Like you just feel like you can bring something different to a person that they've never experienced, and maybe in hindsight that they will change, and may want to pursue you or pursue a relationship with you. Yeah,
Mm. And
I
we and a lot of times we have that discerning spirit about
right.
people and the way they are when they show us who they are.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been
Why do
there.
we overlook life?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I've been
Why
there.
do we?
I've been there. And we just have a tendency to overlook it
Right.
until we hit
I
that
don't.
wall, and then I get our feelings hurt. Because I mean, there's been some time when I'm like, no, I'm not anymore. I'm done. I'm over.
Right.
But
Right.
because this ain't. But then,
This ain't it.
yeah, what is it? Is it is it
I don't
is
know.
it is it I don't want to, is it the I don't want to be alone factor?
I
I'm
think it could
just
be a little bit of
tired of
that.
being alone. A
I
little
think
bit
you
of
feel
that.
like what's right in front of you, like that could be it. Like you said, like
Hmm,
you've already put it in your mind, like, okay, this is it. This is the one. So I think we end up compromising. We end up settling. I think the loneliness play. I think all that together plays a part of it.
right. But then, like for instance, if you see like individuals, like, don't pay their bills on time, are always late, when you're going somewhere, they in and out of jobs, um like every month, every other month, they out of a job, or in and out of
Hmm.
job, different jobs, can't hold a job. um is that a sign, or is that where you said, you know what, I'm not gonna leave this one, I'm not gonna leave this lady, this woman, I'm not gonna leave this man, I'm gonna be a supporter to them?
Hmm. Yes, I think I've been on both sides of the spectrum because, like you said, when people show you are who they are, you have to believe them. So if you see they're inconsistent in other areas of their life, what makes you think they're going to be consistent with you as far as a relationship? And in the other spectrum, you feel like, I know for me, because I don't know, I just have that, like, I'll be there for you. It's kind of like I have this, like, I can save you, but I
Ooh,
had to I had to be delivered from that. I really did
yeah,
have to be delivered from that because I felt like I'm just so readily to help and just be there. But sometimes people, and rightfully so, they may take advantage because if they see that you're willing, they gonna take whatever you offering.
right,
If you're willing to help them, you were willing to be their support system, their shoulder, in whatever capacity, they're gonna take it. So I mean, you can't blame them at the end of the day. But I think we have to be. I know I have to be cautious in that area because it's so easy for me to just get caught up and
yeah,
just be there, be there, be there. But yeah,
yeah,
I definitely had to be delivered from that. So I see it for both sides.
yeah. Because I mean, that's a thing that you have to be careful of. But how far do you go with the support? I know there's been some success stories where the brother has stuck with the sister, and the sister have stuck with the brother. Most of the time, it's the sister sticking with the brother,
Right,
and
holding
seeing
down.
them through until they got through, they broke through, and they were successful. And then there are some stories that did not end successful. When is it, those that viewing, you can make a comment on this one. When is enough is enough? When is enough is enough, rather? I'm gonna just put it like that. When is enough is enough? When is it time to say, you know what, I done did it. They're not trying to do better. They're not trying to get better. They're not trying to make their life better. They're not trying to succeed or whatever. And we're just like spinning. We really go round in circles. When
Right.
is enough is enough?
I think when
Before
you've had
before
enough.
you get so broken and hurt. When is enough? When enough should be enough?
I think it's when you notice that, like you said, you see the same pattern. If you see that the person's not trying to make a change for the better, if they're not trying to do better at that point, and they're solely relying on you, I mean, to me, I think a light bulb should just go off automatically. Whereas if you have someone who may have just ended up in a bad situation, but yet they have plans, or maybe they have a vision, and they're actually working towards it, and you can see the progress that's being made and they're being consistent with that, you know you want to be able to help them in that aspect. But if they're not trying to do better or be better for themselves, and
Mhm.
they just solely depending on you because they know that they can depend on you and you're going to always be there to help them, then no, I think at some point some gotta
Gotta let it
just,
go.
the light bulb just gotta go off, and you have to say enough
Okay.
is enough.
So I wrote this down. I wrote this down. It says if you're going to spend the rest of your life with someone, be sure he or she can follow through on commitments, take responsibility for actions, and endure hard times with great faith.
Yes.
Um, um, that last one, endure hard times with great faith, but
Yes.
also follow through with commitments.
Hmm.
Other
Very
words,
important.
if you say you're gonna do something,
I
do it.
expect you to do it.
Right. If
Hmm.
you say no, babe, don't worry about that. I'm gonna put them blinds up tomorrow,
Right.
and you don't do it,
Mm.
or 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 you dating someone and you tell them, hey, don't worry about changing that battery. I'll get that changed.
Right.
Or you know, on the flip side, hey babe, don't worry about you know ironing them clothes, ironing your shirts. I'll do that for you, and it never gets done.
Hmm.
And they keep saying I'm gonna do it, but they never get done.
No. Then that just tells me you're not a person of your word. You're not reliable, and you're not honest. Because if you say you're gonna do something, you know for sure you're not gonna do it. Why even put yourself out there to say that you will? If anything, I'll just go ahead and take care of it or find somebody else to do it.
Right,
So I think a
right.
lot of a lot of people they'll offer things, but they don't follow through with it.
Yeah. So got to be responsible. I want to write
Yes.
that down. If you're going to spend the rest of your life, that's the
Hmm.
key. The rest of your life with someone, be sure he or she can follow through on commitments, take responsibility for their own action. I think it's their own action, just actions of their own,
Yes.
and
Right.
endure hard times with great faith. um
Yes.
yeah, that you need. Now let's
Hmm.
talk about time right quick. We got a few minutes. Let's talk about time.
Okay.
When I'm saying about time, when you're dating someone, you're in a committed relationship with someone. When you're in a committed relationship with someone, do
Hmm.
you put a time limit? Is there a time limit that you have in your head, or you discuss, or you talk about how long you're gonna date before you getting, or are we headed down somewhere? What's your time limit? Is there a time limit on dating?
Well,
How long you date?
for me, I haven't been. I've been dating, but I haven't been in a committed relationship in a long time. Um, I mean, I've heard most people would say 3 months. Like a 90-day period, as far as when you first start dating, to see even if you want to be in a committed relationship. And I think once that's established, um, I don't know how much longer after that. If do you wait to start talking about marriage and then engagement and marriage? I'm
Yeah,
really not
because I
sure.
was gonna ask you, after the 3 months, then what? Then what? Do the conversation shift into it? Um, um, you
I would
know,
say so. I would say
because
so.
sometimes brothers and sisters, I mean, either way on both sides, sometimes one of them might think that you're trying to push me, you're trying to pressure me um into marriage. Can we just take our
Right,
time?
right. But some people, I think, straight out the gate, even during the first 3 months, they might just be intentional. They just might get straight to the point and say, okay, this is what I want. I'm dating to marry. I'm dating to just be dating. They'll make, you know, their intentions clear from the get go. So some people don't may not even wait till the 3 months is over. They might just be like, okay, this is what I want. Can you meet me here? We could just go ahead and just do it right now, as opposed to, like you say, with time, as opposed to wasting each other's
Mhm.
time. We know what we're working towards, and see if we're aiming for the same things, and seeing if we're on one accord as far as what we want.
It is said. It is said. It is said. And I wrote this down. It is said for um uh, uh far too many couples are in way too big of a hurry to get hitched. Granted, you don't need to date someone for 14 years before you get married. Have mercy.
No,
But you
no.
do need, it says you do need to take your precious time in the dating game if you want
Hmm.
to win in the long run. It
Right.
takes time to get to know what someone is really like. It takes
Hmm.
time to see if someone has what it takes to be a mate for life.
Right.
If you're rushing things, then you're playing Russian roulette with your love life.
Right.
Dating is fun. Dating is a pain, but make no mistakes about it. It's dating about it. Dating is serious business.
It is.
Yeah.
I mean, because dating is collecting data.
Yeah.
You want to see that person, like they say, you shouldn't marry someone until you see them in every um see them all around, when they're happy, when they're sad, when they're angry. You should see them across the board before you decide to spend the rest of your life with them, because everybody's not happy all the time.
Mhm.
Everybody's not happy go lucky. Everybody's not sad all the time. So I think it's important for us to experience people in those different emotions, to see whether or not if you can deal with that long term.
Right.
When if you and I get into an argument, are we going to take time to communicate with each other, to discuss, what happened, what we could have done better, or how can we avoid this situation again?
Right.
Things like that. I
Right.
think that's very important, that in and out who you're dealing with,
Yeah, that's good.
especially if you plan
Yeah,
to be
that's
with
good.
them long term.
That's good.
Hmm.
All right, that's good. Listen, we're gonna table that right there because there's some more stuff that I want to talk about time and bring some things out. I got to
Hmm.
get over to the other crew. So
Gotcha.
hey, Chantel, thank you so much. Thank you
You're
for joining me.
welcome.
Those that have
Thank you
been
for having
viewing,
me.
thank you for viewing. Thank you for being a part of this episode on tonight. And once again, let's keep Frankie Beverly and Mays also. Keep them in prayer, keep them lifted up. We did a short little tribute to him, and
Very nice
hey,
tribute.
yeah. So we're gonna keep his music going. Hey, listen, Shan, thank you. Be careful.
Thank you.
I'll with you later.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night. Hey, y'all been listening to the South Florida Live podcast. I'm your host, Jeffrey Brown, and thank you for joining us on this evening and being a part of the tribute that we had and just being a part of our little conversation. I hope someone grabbed something and picked up something that we said on tonight. But we're gonna come back. We're gonna talk more about this time because it's some other stuff in this time thing that we make big mistakes on, and we're gonna talk about it. All right. Hey, y'all. God bless you. God keep you. It's my prayer. As I always say, hey, y'all keep praying for me now. I'm telling you, keep praying for me. Keep me in your prayers. So I'll pray for you. You pray for me. And we're going to watch God change things. God bless you. Hey, don't go away. Next episode is coming up. Let's talk about the things that matter. We are talking about the debate from last night. You don't want to miss it.
Email your idea for show topics to the South Florida Live Show at gmail.com. Thank you for tuning in to South Florida Live with your host, Jeffrey Brown.